What's going on, guys? Today we're going to do a guitar lesson of Trippin' on a Hole in a Paper Heart by Stone Temple Pilots. It's fairly complicated as far as the chord structuring goes. I'll do the solo in a separate video if requested, but for now I'm just doing the basic rhythm guitar tracks, which is just a few different chords. So we're going to kick this off by tuning up. Our tuning is standard, and we're going to start with the low string now. That's an E. Second string down is an A. Third one, D. Fourth is G. Fifth, B. And the last string is a high E string. This is standard tuning. And we're going to go ahead and I'll probably put a bass track in, not a big deal. But for now, we're going to double track the guitars to get a fuller sound. But for now, we're going to do the playthrough, and then I'll break the chords down after that. Here we go. Okay, those are the basic chords. Again, there's some fairly complicated chords in there, but with a little bit of practice and just playing it over and over again, you'll get used to those patterns. So starting with the first pattern that starts the song off, this is going to be on the A note for the bass. So that's going to be your index finger barring across the 5th fret, starting on the low E string and all the way down to the high E string. Middle finger and ring finger are going to be placed on the 7th fret of the A string, and then the 7th fret of the D string. After that, you're going to put your pinky on the 8th fret of the G string, and you're going to play, again, the bar chord, so it's going to sound like this. And that's going to be a little bit of a dissonant, kind of funky chord. I'm not exactly sure what that chord is. I think it's a 9, an A9. I'm not positive, though. Anyways, so you play that chord, and then the next chord is going to be on an F sharp major. But the first time you play it, this is going to be bar chord, 2nd fret from E to low E to high E. Your ring finger on the 4th fret, pinky is on the 4th fret of the D string, and your middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the G string. But the first time you play this, starting into the verse, you're going to actually hit the string open, the low E string open, with these 3 fingers playing the frets. Quick hammer on to the bar chord F sharp major. And so the first time he plays the verse riff, he's just laying his index finger across the top of the 2nd frets and barely lifting up your 3 fingers there that are playing the frets. That way you just get a mute. So again. That's the first time he plays the verse. Then he goes into this chord here, which is your middle finger on the 5th fret of the low E, mute the A string, or if you want you can play it as an octave. It doesn't really matter if you do or don't. And then lay your index finger across the 4th fret on the D string, the G string, and the B string, and together they should sound like this. So again, after he goes plays the first part of the verse, he goes to that chord. Now that's kind of tricky because you have to be really comfortable with muting guitar strings with your left hand. That way, when you're hitting all the strings, you're only playing those notes, those 4 notes that you want to play. So the second time around, he plays the verse. He does the hammer-on the F sharp. But in between, instead of doing the muting, now he's doing harmonics. And this is mainly, I believe, with his index finger. So he's playing the hammer-on. So you're guiding your index finger from the edge of the 2nd fret to the edge of the 3rd fret. And then, so at the second part of that verse, you're going from the 3rd fret back to the 2nd. So, first part, 2nd part. So if you can get that down with the combination of and it goes back to this chord. So now when it goes into the third part of the 3rd verse, now instead instead of playing the harmonics or the muting, now you're doing, which is just taking your index finger off of that 2nd fret, and now you're letting the open string E and B ring out with the rest of these notes. And again, it goes to that A chord. But this time when it does go to the A chord, it just plays it once. One time around. It plays it one time around, and then it goes to this chord here, which is middle finger on the 4th fret of the low E string, muting the A string, 2nd fret on the D string, 4th fret on the G and B string. Together, that's what it sounds like. You're muting that high E string, you're not playing it. So together, that sounds like. I showed you the wrong chord. Sorry, guys. Like I said, very similar. 4th fret on the low E, 2nd fret on the D, 4th fret on the G, and 5th fret on the B string. That's where I messed up. Apologies. So together. So this goes into your main chorus part. And that first part's going to be your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, mute the A, open D, open G, second fret on the B string. So you're basically going to down pick this this chord the whole time. You're going to go. You're alternating with your index finger to your ring finger. You're going the second fret, third fret, back to the second fret, just playing the open string, which is the B string. Don't forget this part. You're going to hit the low E string, and then hit the open set of strings again. That's going to be the D, G, and B strings open. Now to continue the chorus, you're going to go to a B minor chord, which is barring the second fret from the A string and down to the high E, and you're going to play the fourth fret on with your ring finger on the D string. Pinky's going to be the fourth fret on the G string. Middle finger is third fret on the B. But you're not going to just go. There's actually going to be a pattern to it. It's kind of like a like you're hitting the top strings, and then you do the higher strings, then back to the top into the higher. So after that B minor chord, right here you're playing an A major, which is the open A string. Second fret on the D, G, and B string. Then you go back to that G chord. Now eventually, you'll have to listen to the song to get the pattern because it changes. But to end the chorus, you're going to go back to that very beginning chord, which is on the A note on that low E string. So you're going to bar that fifth fret down to the high E string, and you're going to play again middle finger 7th fret, ring finger 7th fret, and pinky 8th fret. Now that's the pattern of the song. You'll have to again listen to the song to get the number of times you play it. But those are all the riffs you need to play the song. Again, guys, if you want to see the solo, I can do that in a second part. It's a little bit more complicated, so it'd be best to do it in a second video. If you guys have any questions or any comments, please leave them in the comment box below. You can comment on my Facebook, or not Facebook, but my YouTube channel page, or even my Twitter page if you'd like. Thanks for watching, guys.